Hey there, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Yami. I am your Latina next door. And today we're actually going to do a little bit of a different video. It's going to be more of a day in the life kind of thing because we are about to embark on probably the busiest week of our, final stretch. And so what I'm doing today is I'm actually prepping all the meals for the next 9 days. Nelson has taken off a week and we are dedicating the following week to getting the floors done, the cabinets installed, trim in place, painting, some electrical work, you name it. And because of that, there's so much that him and I have to focus on. I want it to be as simple as possible. And so today I'm going to spend the day preparing all of the meals for the next 9 days. And they're going to be like freezer meals. And we're just going to have them ready. They're either going to be cooked in like the oven or they're going to go in a crock pot. And it'll be one of those things where we're just going to know what we're going to have that day. We're going to pop it in the oven. We're just going to let it do its thing. And we're going to just focus on working. The kids right now are taking care of the baby while I can focus on getting this stuff done. And I'm here in the cottage kitchen, which is very tiny. So it's going to be a little bit challenging. And yeah, I'm just going to try and see how quickly we can get this done and prepped and ready to go. That way, tomorrow, since it's Saturday, we'll just like hit the ground running. I spent this week planning what we were going to eat. I placed the order for our groceries and picked them up yesterday. And the kids have stuff for snacks. They have stuff for like really easy meals that they can make throughout the day if they get hungry throughout the week. But today I'm focusing on getting like some muffins and some quick breakfast items taken care of, as well as all of our dinners for the next 9 days. I'm also taking you to the house just to kind of give you an idea of the state of everything and kind of what we're going to be doing. And yeah, so I just thought I'd share this because this is real time. Like we're literally prepping for the finale. And this is what it's going to take for us to be as efficient as possible in order to do this next week. And we're almost there. We're almost there. All right, so everything is pretty much done. I still have the chicken Alfredo over there kind of cooling off a little bit before I put it in the freezer. But this is kind of where I was working. In this little section right here, And then all this, and it's a hot mess. I have to clean it all up and organize it now, but at least that's done. I have everything but the chicken Alfredo in here just because, again, it's cooling, but I have the beef stroganoff, I have the lasagna, I have the enchilada bake, I have the teriyaki chicken, I have the taco chili, the sausage and peppers, I have the sloppy joes, I have, what else? I think there's one more. Now, some of these are quite large, and there's quite a few servings in them, and I did that on purpose. I did buy the kids some like instant mac and cheese and just kind of little things like that they can prepare for lunch. But I'm sure there's going to be leftovers of each of these, and we can just reheat these the following day for lunch. And then these are just like the big dinner meals. So they have an option of something quick or just reheating this and eating, whatever's left over. So that's why I made such large portions. It is currently 6:22 and this place is a mess. I have to clean all this up. I'm not done yet though. I did start at 11:30. And again, it took me quite a bit just because I just don't have the counter space to spread out and kind of sort things. And I kept having to clean things in between and that kind of stuff. So I have a couple more things that I want to do. Hopefully, I would like to get some muffins done, like a variety of breakfast muffins. And I hope I can get those done. That way, if somebody gets hungry, needs, a little snack or just a quick breakfast, we have those as well. So that's what I'm going to work on next, hopefully. And hopefully it won't take me too long. All right, so it is 11 o'clock. I was doing these a little bit later than expected because I did take a break to make dinner really quick for all of us. We ate, everyone got bathed, and we took care of the baby, put her to sleep, all that good stuff. And then I started baking. So I have here lemon muffins, and I have the glaze here that I got to put on them. I'm just waiting for them to cool off a little bit more. I made blueberries. These are a couple more of the lemons. I have more blueberries here, and then I have chocolate chips. So I can actually freeze all of these. I'm going to leave a small variety out of them for like the next couple of days, and then I'll most likely freeze these. The kids like to pop them in the little toaster oven, and then they just eat them nice and warm, and they actually freeze very well, and they taste just as good when they're heated up. So that's all of the muffins. I have all 9 meals, all of the breakfast. We've got fruits, we've got snacks, all that good stuff. We are prepared for the next 9 days. All right, so it's already the next day. I was not able to film in the house yesterday because it was raining really bad and I wasn't able to get out because I just spent like the entire day cooking. So we are back at the house this morning. Nelson and I are currently in our garage. He's sorting through all the paint right now because the first thing we need to do this week is we need to paint the kids' bathrooms before we put the cabinets in there, just so that it'll just make it a little bit easier on us when we install it. We don't have to paint around the cabinets. I also have to touch up the lanterns that I spray painted for the exterior. There's a couple of little areas that I just need to touch up because while we were putting them back together, they got nicked. And then I made the mistake of forgetting to spray paint some of the knobs that hold them together. So I got to get those today. I have the spray tent back here, and it actually worked pretty well. So I'm glad I got the really big one in order to do that. I hadn't used one this size, but it was totally worth it. So this is kind of a state of our garage right now. We did remove all of the cabinetry from the garage, and it's now inside in like the rooms they go in. We also were able to build Nelson's brand new toy, his workout machine, last weekend. My dad was here and he was able to help us because you have to have like at least 3 people to build that sucker. That thing is so heavy, it's not going anywhere. So we got that taken care of. All those boxes are gone. We burned them. And so this is the space that we're left with. We still have a lot of trim work to finish on the first floor that we couldn't do because obviously the floors weren't done and we don't have cabinetry in. So that's going to go once the cabinets are installed. Here is cabinetry, like trim, like moldings and toe kicks and all that stuff. So that's what's right here. All right, so I am here in from the garage. And as you can see right in front of you, those are all the cabinetry that's going to go into the kitchen. We opened up all of them and we placed them in the dining room area so that we had a little bit of space over here to work with. That is all over there. Here to the right, we are in the guest bath. We are working on a few things real quick because when I was designing the space, we didn't know exactly what size vanity was going to go in here. I had an idea, but it was really hard to tell when it was just studs, and obviously I had never done it before. So I finally got the vanity that I wanted. I had several ideas of what I wanted in here, and then I ended up just opting for this one. This is one of those ones where you can get like online that comes with the top and everything. This is going to be used temporarily because my water faucet's going to be coming in from the wall, and these have these holes right here. We're going to try and get the water on beforehand, and if we have to, we can use this temporarily, but this is not the final thing. We need to move this over a little bit. As you can see here, we were trying to mark the center, and that's like the center right there. So we need to move it over a little bit, and we're able to do this. That's not a problem, but we do have to also shift that over to the left. The good thing is that we can cut a hole in the wall and you won't be able to see it because the vanity is going to cover it. But that has to be taken care of. However, we can't do any of this until we get the cabinet that's in there installed, because it's just going to be way too much to deal with all this right here. And we may need to push that back. We have to make an adjustment from the back wall in the garage there. So we may need to push that back, I'm not sure, in order to get that cabinet in here. But there's no way to lean it and put it in. So we just can't do anything in here yet until that entire unit that goes up this wall gets installed. And that's something that's being custom. I designed it. And the same gentleman that did our cabinetry or our shelves in our cottage is doing this. So that's going to go in. Once that's in, then we can adjust this. This is the actual sink that's going to be going in here. I'm going to be doing something with natural stone on this. And then the faucet's going to come from the wall. So this is a little bit more complicated of a bathroom. But I wanted it this way because this is the guest bath. This is what everybody's going to be seeing when they come into the house. So it was very special to me that I do exactly what I wanted in here. So we're trying to make it work. One thing that's really exciting is that we got our doors. These are our 8-foot doors for the first floor, and they are really tall doors. So those were installed last weekend, and Nelson and our gentleman who built our deck on our cottage, he's been here helping with all of the trim and the windows and baseboards and helping us with the floors. He's just been a godsend to us. He's our handyman. He can do almost anything. So him and Nelson installed all these doors in a day. It's so nice. I ordered the knobs for the entire house last week, and they're finally here. The last 8 that we were waiting for came in. So basically, once we, paint everything, we can install those as well. We still need to put the trim around all of the doors. So that's got to get done. But that hasn't been done yet because we needed to do the floors. Then we needed to do the doors, and then we needed to add the trim around the doors and then the baseboards. The only flooring that's left to do is the office. This is it. This is all that's left. And we'll be able to finish out the trim work and everything in the entire house. I have ordered the sinks for our bathrooms and our kitchen. Those should be here next week as well. I already have the countertop company on hold, basically waiting for us to tell them when they're going to be ready to come out here and measure everything. We get our appliances next week, which is really exciting. I'm sure I'm missing something, but there's a lot of stuff going on. And Nelson is not working this week. He took off so that we can focus on this. And that's why, this weekend, today's Saturday, tomorrow Sunday, the entire following week, and then the following Saturday and Sunday. So we have 9 days to get all this stuff done. And we're at the point where it's me and Nelson. It's doing as much as possible together because everything else is, on us. We're going to be installing the cabinets and all that kind of stuff. So that's why this week was so hectic. That's why I had to get all this food done. The kids, they're going to be either between here upstairs in the lounge area that I already fixed for them or in the cottage. Some of them are still sleeping because it's early in the morning. So we're set on food. We are set on snacks. We are set on everything that we need. We have all that we need in order to get this stuff taken care of. So it's been a hectic past couple of days getting everything set up for this week. Hopefully we don't have to make any long trips or anything to the hardware store that will delay us, which is why, we had to think about so much to prepare for, like today, the start of it all. But we're nearing the end. Another thing that Nelson took care of this week is we scheduled the moving company. That was a big deal. We have to get our stuff out of the units by the end of this month. We had 3. We whittled it down to 2. And they're just really expensive. And they're climate controlled and they're really big units. And they just keep raising the rates. So by the end of this month, which is a couple days before the end of the month, we have it scheduled for one day, going to our units, bringing it up here and unloading it, which is why another reason is we're trying to hurry up as much as possible. Even if everything is not 100%, we're still getting those things emptied out before the following month. So we just don't have to worry about paying rent for them next month. So that's where we're at. That's the update. And that's what's going on right now. So we will see you guys back here very soon. And we'll talk to you guys later. Until then, adios.